думаю, что для обоих он не будет легким.
I think Sean Strickland is gonna definitely pay for some of the things he's gonna say.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside the Cage, where we bring you the latest and exciting updates of UFC. First, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Khabib predicts tougher rematch for Islam Makhachev. You know, Khabib Nurmagomedov has some interesting thoughts about Islam Makhachev's upcoming rematch with Charles Oliveira. In a recent YouTube interview, Khabib Nurmagomedov was posed with an interesting question regarding Islam Makhachev's anticipated rematch with Charles Oliveira. Here, the query centered around whether he believed the rematch would prove to be a more strenuous challenge compared to their initial encounter. In response, the Eagle offered his insights with confidence. He suggested that the second bout would indeed pose greater risks for Islam Makhachev. Quite a prediction. Furthermore, Nurmagomedov explained his perspective by highlighting that Charles Oliveira, having already suffered a loss, had comparatively less to lose in the rematch. Additionally, he emphasized that Oliveira's previous defeat could potentially work in his favor, freeing him from the burden of protecting an undefeated record. Thus, in Khabib's view, the Brazilian fighter would enter the rematch with a certain level of liberation. However, Khabib also cautioned that this didn't mean the fight would be easy for either of them. He anticipated a challenging contest for both Makhachev and Oliveira, underlining the competitive nature of their upcoming clash. Summing up his stance, he also highlighted that this assessment was his own opinion, offering a glimpse into his perspective on the upcoming rematch between the two talented fighters. While Nurmagomedov was asked the following question.
Вернемся к исламу с точки зрения рематча с Чарльзом Оливейрой. Как ты считаешь, рематч сложнее, чем первый бой?
Для Ислама больше риска будет. Оливейра терять нечего. Он не так проиграл, он уже будет. Я думаю, что для обоих он не будет легким. Но я считаю, что чем в первом бою, второй бой будет сложнее для Ислама. Это мое такое сугубо личное мнение.
Now, even though Khabib has stepped back from MMA, but he's still here to support and guide the lightweight champ. It's always great to have a mentor like Khabib in your corner, isn't it? McGregor's late-night revelry as Chandler gets ready for battle. Recently, Michael Chandler shared some gym pictures on Twitter, and guess what? In those pictures, he seemed pretty pumped about his upcoming training camp. Along with the pictures, Michael mentioned how this camp was going to be the best one of his life and that he needed the time off. Going to be the best camp of my life. The time off has been needed, Chandler wrote. In a since-deleted tweet, McGregor replied to Chandler with his message. I'm on the gargle every night and still gonna smack the SH out of you, the Irishman declared. But then, Conor McGregor, in his usual brash style, replied to Chandler's post in a tweet that's now deleted. In that tweet, McGregor also mentioned that he also drinks every night and these drinks are not going to stop him from beating Chandler. That's some classic McGregor trash talk right there. Later on, Chandler came back with a kind of cryptic response to McGregor's message. He called it a voice note and said that it's incredibly powerful when someone who others think isn't committed speaks passionately. Whereas, he suggested that people often judge based on headlines and form quick opinions. And yes, he appreciated himself to be a different fighter with a strong spirit. Then in the end, he finishes the voice not by saying he's watching Conor McGregor, implying that McGregor should not be underestimated. Nothing more powerful than hearing a sense of commitment and passion from what the masses consider an uncommitted person, Chandler said in what he labeled a voice note. The fact of the matter is y'all read headlines and form an opinion. We are a different breed. Never underestimate the human spirit. Looking at you, Mac. In those voice notes, McGregor came out swinging, accusing the Nevada State Athletic Commission of putting the brakes on his fight plans. He even went as far as saying they were messing with his livelihood. It's like he's not pulling any punches when it comes to expressing his frustration with the situation. The drama just keeps on building around his return to the octagon. Volkanovski predicts trouble for Strickland at UFC 293. In the mindset of the showdown, Alexander Volkanovski shared his thoughts in a video on his YouTube channel. In this video, he mentioned that Sean Strickland is likely going to talk a lot to try and bother Israel Adesanya, but in Volkanovski's view, Adesanya will respond by giving Strickland a tough time, especially because of all the trash talk. The sparks are in the air, right? Simply, he believes Strickland will face consequences for the things he says, and stylistically, he thinks Strickland is going to get hurt inside the octagon.
Sean's going to talk. Sean's going to try and get under his skin, so that's going to make it fun. But I feel, yeah, he's obviously, I feel like he's going to really put it on him, especially with the talk that's going to happen. I think Sean Strickland is going to definitely pay for some of the things he's going to say. And stylistically, yeah, I feel like he's going to definitely get hurt.
After that, Israel Adesanya seems pretty fired up about something. He's talking about how he's going to start choking out his opponents. He warned his opponents on behalf of his recent works on his body, and there is no doubt he is all excited and can't wait for it to happen. He's been practicing in the gym, but he's also humble, mentioning that he's still learning. Even though he's got a purple belt, he says he feels like a white belt sometimes. So he's gearing up for some impressive moments under those bright fight night lights. It's coming, I promise you it's coming. I'm getting the neck from these mother effers, Adesanya said. I'm taking their breath away romantically. I can't wait, it's coming. You should see me in the gym, I'm nice with it. But I'm still learning. Under the lights, there is going to be a moment that I take a neck. I'm a purple belt by color, but I still feel like a white belt. So my fight friend, will Alexander Volkanovski's predictions about Strickland turn out to be true in the future? Stay tuned for more action inside the octagon. Guys, if you're enjoying the video, we'd love your support. Just hit that subscribe button to motivate us to bring you more exciting content. Israel Adesanya's exclusive UFC record. Once again, Israel Adesanya has made history in the world of mixed martial arts. He recently reclaimed the UFC middleweight championship, showing that he's a force to be reckoned with in the division. Whereas Adesanya first became the undisputed middleweight champ back at UFC 243 in October 2019, when he knocked out Robert Whittaker in the second round. He defended his title against some tough opponents like Yoel Romero, Paulo Costa, Marvin Vettori, Robert Whittaker again, and Jared Cannonier. But his reign was briefly halted when he faced Alex Pereira at UFC 281 in November 2022. Pereira won in a grueling 5-round battle, taking Adesanya's title. Fast forward to UFC 287, Pereira versus Adesanya 2, which happened on April 8, 2023. Adesanya went up against his longtime rival, Alex Pereira, in a highly anticipated rematch. In less than a minute into the second round, Adesanya landed a devastating right-hand knockout, earning him the Performance of the Night award. With this victory, he became the first and only fighter to ever regain the middleweight title in UFC history. Looking ahead, Adesanya is gearing up for his next challenge. He's all set to defend his middleweight championship against Sean Strickland at UFC 293, scheduled for September 10, 2023, at the Kudos Bank Arena in Sydney, Australia. This Adesanya versus Strickland bout is expected to be a thrilling showdown between two highly skilled fighters, and fans all over the world can't wait for this headline event. Ex-Tyson Fury opponent expects Ngannou knockdown in October battle. In the last, Derek Chisora, who's faced Tyson Fury 3 times in the past, has some thoughts on Fury's upcoming bout with former UFC heavyweight champ Francis Ngannou this fall. On October 28th, Ngannou will step into the boxing ring for the very first time to take on the reigning WBC heavyweight champ, Tyson Fury, in Saudi Arabia. In an interview with Seconds Out, Chisora predicted that Ngannou might put Fury on the mat at least once during their match. However, in the end, he believes that the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, will come out on top with another significant win to add to his record. It's an interesting take on what's sure to be an exciting clash in the world of combat sports. You know, Derek Chisora had some interesting things to say about Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. He mentioned that he's been keeping an eye on Fury's training sessions with Mike Tyson, which, by the way, is a pretty big deal.
Oh, yeah. You know, that's a big fight. Tyson is going to win it, but I think Tyson's going to get dropped by Ngannou.
Chisora believes that when these two heavyweights face off, Fury is going to come out on top. But here's the twist. He thinks Fury might hit the canvas at least once during the fight because of Ngannou. Undoubtedly, it's quite a prediction considering Tyson Fury's boxing prowess, but it adds a layer of anticipation to the upcoming match. All right, guys. That's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. See you at the next one. Until then, goodbye.